Hello friends, welcome back to Cosmopolitan Cornbread. So it has been a very productive day today. As most of you know, when we moved here, one of the things I talked about right away was wanting to redo the kitchen. And you know, life has just been busy and the list of projects for this house is long. But today, the reno began. All right, Piggy. Now, we're not going to be doing the entire kitchen all at once because time, finances, you know, it's expensive to redo a kitchen. So we're just going to be doing this in stages, you know, bite-sized pieces. So stage one is a new range. So excited. That came a couple of days ago. And well, I ordered it a couple weeks ago, but it finally came a couple days ago. And then the new cabinets for that side of the kitchen. So the cabinets that were in there, you know, in photos, they look kind of cute and quaint and cabinet-y, but they were not made out of the greatest materials. You know, if it's somebody who's just got a cabin and they want rustic and they don't do a lot of cooking, it's probably more than sufficient. However, clearly, being a food writer, I do a lot of cooking and those just were not cutting it. And of course, right away, I had to take down that gigantic microwave that was over the range simply because my pressure canner couldn't fit under there, my big All-American. So that went a few weeks ago. And so today we pulled out all of those weird cabinets on the oven side of the kitchen. And I went and picked up all of the cabinets to replace them. And so we have begun installing them, but as you can see, we are at the end of the day already. So it's not going to get done today, but we're getting started on them. Hi, Amos. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. So as you recall, my Alabama kitchen, when I finished all of the work that I had on that, it went from being a very brown and beige kitchen to bright and white farmhouse. Now, I do love the white and bright, airy farmhouse feel. And this kitchen, when I get done with it, will have a little bit of that. I mean, to be frank, I do a lot of food photography. I'm a food writer, a food blogger, and I need light. And a white kitchen is just one of the best things there is for reflecting natural light around a room, making it ideal for photography. So I do plan on having lots of bright white in my kitchen, but there is going to be quite a pop of color, which I will share about later on when it comes time to paint the cabinets. Hi, baby. How you doing? Hi, honey. Hi, baby girl. Oh, thank you. No. Hi, honey. Yeah. You gonna let me be cuddly with you? No? Feel like being nice today? Something's over there in the woods, huh? What's over there? What's over there, Amos? So this is one of the units that we pulled out of the kitchen. There's two of these, one on either side of the stove. And, you know, it was, like I said, it was a perfectly fine functioning cabinet counter system for, you know, something rustic or primitive and for someone who doesn't really do a lot of cooking. But with these things right here, these pillars alongside the stove, it made it really difficult. It made it really difficult to cook on the stove because you had these in the way all the time. You know, you tried to move a handle and you were bumping into them, and it just wasn't a well-functioning kitchen. And the other really weird thing was, now on the back here, there's this wood, and behind, you know, these cabinets, of course, were outlets, electrical outlets for you to plug things in. Now for this one, they actually just cut a hole in the back of it right in front of the outlet, and so you would just go through to plug it in, which was awkward, but it worked. The other one that's sitting over there by the workshop, they pulled the outlet out of the wall and screwed the plate and all of that to the wood on the back of this hutch, for lack of a better term. That is just funky. Definitely not to code, if you know what I'm saying. So that is one of the repairs we're needing to do. They also cut a great big hole in the drywall to be able to pull that outlet out to the wood. So that is one of the repairs that we're doing. When I went to the store to pick up my cabinets, I also picked up all of the materials to repair the electrical portion of it. I'll still have to deal with the hole in the drywall, but we'll get to that later on. There's a lot of work to do. And right now it looks like my kitchen has exploded all over my house. There's just stuff piled everywhere that was in these cabinets, and it's going to be a lot of work to get it done, but I will be glad when it is finished. I'm just hoping to get this side of the kitchen done, you know, before Thanksgiving, because it'll be here in no time. Now these hutch things that we have here, we're actually not going to throw them away, because while they don't serve a great purpose in the kitchen, these would actually make really good storage for like the workshop. And so I think that's what we're going to end up doing with them. There is some cabinets and stuff in the workshop already, but we're not a fan of them, and we want to pull all of that stuff out, and we'll go ahead and put these in there instead to organize everything. Now, before we put the lowers in the kitchen, we did actually have to cut a little section out of the back because there is a propane line that goes into the kitchen along the back of the wall, and it was underneath, you know, one of these cabinets, and because these are actually up on legs, and so that line ran underneath there and really wasn't an issue. But when we were bringing in the lower cabinets, because they were perfectly square at the back, we did have to cut out a notch to make space for that, and so now the cabinets slid right into place. They don't hinder the propane line, and it doesn't affect the cabinet at all because it's in that footer space that is underneath the floor of the cabinet inside, and so you wouldn't know it's there at all. So tonight all we're going to do is take the couple of cabinets, the new cabinets that are still sitting outside here, take those into the house so they're not out here in the moisture and the night air and all of that. And then tomorrow we will be pulling out the table saw to cut my butcher block countertops. I scored 2 butcher block countertop pieces, 4-foot pieces, recently at a store in Ozark, Arkansas. I think it's called Right Price Retail or something like that. It's kind of like an overstock return sort of store. They sell things that have been returned to places like Home Depot or other hardware store types of places. And they sell things at a pretty good discount. I got those 2 brand new, still in the wrapper, still got the labels on and all that, butcher block countertops for 50 bucks a piece. And if you've priced butcher block countertops, $50 for a even 4-foot section of counter is a really good price. So I was definitely quick to snatch those up because it saved me a lot of money already on this kitchen. Now, when it comes to the other side of the kitchen where the sink is, I don't know that I want to do butcher block. I might end up putting butcher block in there, but I'm not leaning that way at this point. I really think I'm going to do something more like a quartz or a Carrera, or, you know, something that is a little more water friendly, that won't be damaged if water gets splashed on it and maybe doesn't get wiped up right away. And so that's what we're kind of leaning towards for that side of the kitchen, but who knows? We may end up completely changing our mind and just totally going for butcher block in the whole kitchen. We'll just have to wait and see. But we'll make those decisions when we get to that part of the kitchen. I'm not in a hurry to do that one quite yet. I was just really anxious to get rid of these things. They were not making my life very easy there in the kitchen. So in any case, that is it for today. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, get my hands washed up from doing the chores, and get these other cabinets moved into the house. And tomorrow we'll get working once again on the new kitchen in the cabin. So that is it for today. Thanks for joining me here again at the Homestead. My name is Constance from Cosmopolitan Cornbread, and I'll talk to y'all next time.